gentlemen, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with the reading for you for the month of November. And how am I going to do that? I'll show you. First, I have this extraordinary deck, an extraordinary tarot deck that is called the Illuminated Tarot Alchemy in Tarot Sola Busca. Now, this is a, it's quite a mysterious deck. It's a sort of a piece of history. It's not your average tarot deck, but something very special. There were copies made, and the most recent copy was made in 1998 by, well, it was reprinted, by a man called Wolfgang Meyer. And the original of this tarot deck dates back to the late 15th century, well, 1491, if I'm not mistaken. But there too, there's a lot of mystery around that, around the date. And it was printed in Venice originally, but there's a lot of uncertainty as to who the original artist was. And why I like this deck, you'll see in the readings, there are the major arcana. They are slightly different from normal tarot decks, but they're all filled with people and with their weapons, with their tools, what they're doing, and I like that. There is also a copy of the Sola Busca tarot in the British Museum. It has been there for some time. And I know for a fact it's been chronicled that Arthur Edward Waite created a deck and also was inspired by this. So before I go on to the readings, I just wanted to tell you, do go visit my other YouTube channel, because there I will every now and then do one-off readings. For example, we have the holidays of Halloween coming up the 31st. There's All Saints Day, you know, at least in many parts of the world, November 1st, so 31st of October, November 1st, those are important days. And there'll be the moon cycles as well, and I tend to go there one-off and not in tandem with this channel. So thank you everyone for supporting me, ladies and gentlemen, my older subscribers, and welcome to my new subscribers. Let's go on to the videos. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. So it's your turn for the month of November. Let's hear if there's anything that these cards, the Sola Busca Tarot, can tell you for the month of November. Let's see if there's anything that Virgos need to know for the month of September. I get that you're at the end of your rope. You feel like the universe is trying to tell you something that you're not understanding, or that you've missed, or that, you know, the writing is on the wall, but you just can't understand what you're supposed to be doing. It seems that you have been taken, say, 10 years back to a time where I don't know what's happening. What is going on? Why are these things happening to me? Could it be that someone has forsaken me? You know, you're making, it's not a victim, you're not victimizing yourself precisely, but you're putting yourself at the center of I would like to say a big change, a tragedy, a God-forsaken occurrence that has seen you, that has happened to you, and you are spending an excess amount of time over not understanding it. Okay, now, I know that's hard to understand what I just said, but that's how it came out. Let's see what these cards have to say. Virgo. Okay, interesting cards you have here. Your personality is, there you go, is the two of the major arcana, the second major arcana, which is usually the high priestess, but I here see a fighter. This is a postumio, the Roman postumio, which talks about not seizing the day, but taking a step back and seeing the day, understanding the day. There's something that is eluding you, that's something that is not clear to you. You need to step back and understand that. And the way you're going to face up to things, this is the Five of Swords. There's a lot, and these are very, very clearly regrets. They are clear as day regrets. There's something about either the way you work, the way you do things, the way you see things, the way you do not see things, the way you're calling into question your very being and the nature of how you work, the nature of how you interact with people. Didn't I see things coming? Why am I always surprised about things that happen? Am I out of the reality? Is that the case? Or what is it? And there is this sense of regrets, big time, because you feel that you should have known. There's something that you should have known, you should have seen, you should have been prepared. Okay, now there's here the 16 major arcana. You have some big heavy-duty cards, and usually this would be the Tower, but I'm seeing this. There's this bright sun at the top, and it's shining down on a huge change. It's shining down on your position as looking. You see that this person is looking back, and they are with their hands forward, knowing that you're going forward. You don't want to dwell on turning back, but you are. And the issue here is whether what has occurred to you, what you're experiencing, what you actually enter the month of November with, how important is that going to be for you? What is going to change? You seem to be in the present, and that's fine. You know, it's so difficult for us all to be in the present. And the present here is, however, you looking back. And so you know, they say we have to study history in order to understand the present day. And I believe that that's a matter that's being spoken about here. But I'll take the cards Sibilla here on that. Now, these two cards talk about the future. This is the Six of Wands. All right, they are burdensome, but they do bring part of what the Hermit carries around. They bring enlightenment, and they also, that means that it brings success. These cards are different, remember now. And this is the 13th major arcana, which is the card of death. Now, if I had to say one particular message for you, Virgo, it is that what you're going through today, and you're still looking back, is what's going to make you completely transform tomorrow. And I'm not talking tomorrow in the month of November. This is further on down the line. And with the Six of Wands, we do have going surely to a better place, a winning place, a better place. But look how heavy those are. And it doesn't seem like the light will ever be enough. I'm going to look at, well, first of all, there's the death card we talked about. I have to shut all of my phones because I'm bothering me. And the major arcana, the 12th, which is usually the Hanged Man. But in this case, it is more of a sort of hermit-like warrior, wanderer, an old fool traveler, the Fool like the Zero card. So we have this 12 major arcana, and what you see, it's the mystery. This is the mystery here, and the mystery is that the world is on its head. The world is upside down. I'm not understanding anything anymore. Virgo, you're saying to yourself, have I misunderstood everything? What did I miss? How could I have missed it? And unfortunately, you're feeling the weight of your experience. I'm not going to call it age, because there are a lot of people with different ages, but you do feel the weight of your experience. And whereas where you would like to carry a flame and carry a torch and bring it forward, what you do carry is something that grows from your experience, bringing it forward for others to see. You know, SPQR are the symbols of ancient Rome and are the letters. I won't go into it now, but this used to be an empire, and the Roman Empire then shrank slowly but surely, and what was left was the ego of the empire. And even when that burst, then there was nothing left, and you start to think, well, where's the soul? Where has my soul gone? I'm taking it, Virgo, as a message that you're carrying, like the snail, your house on your back. And there's a certain amount of wandering that you're undergoing now in the month of November. Wandering forward, wandering through your work, wandering through your friends, wandering to see if there's a better place for you to live, wandering to see if there's something you missed, some place where life will treat you better, or a place where you can live happily ever after. Is there a place like that for me, you're thinking, Virgo? And quite frankly, I see very powerful cards here. So let's say 1, 2, 3. This diagonal especially are full of our major arcana. And we have this 2 major arcana, which is partly the high priestess energy, but partly a sort of mixed bag between the death card and the hanged man. And we have here also the 16th major arcana, as I said before, which would be a tower situation, but the tower which is enlightening, you see. It's an enlightenment that comes with only what the tower can offer you. And then the 13 with the death card. Now, what is interesting for me is to see at opposite ends these 2 cards, the 5 of Swords and the 6 of Wands, whereas there are regrets. I should have seen it coming. And then the 6 of Wands, yes, but the proof is in the pudding. What has happened is my experience. What has happened is perfect. Why can't I come to terms with the mathematical genius of the universe that has laid before me a certain experience to enlighten my future? Okay, this is the type of attitude that the cards are suggesting to you, Virgo. I'm going to take the VERA SIBILLA 3 cards over this spread to see what they can say and add. Okay, so I have here the militare, the military, la donna maritata, the protector, the female, the mother and married woman, and ammalato, the ill one. Now, over this spread, these 2 cards, the silence of what is hidden from you, brings on such pain, that you are left afloat by the mere weight of your responsibilities. And it is your responsibilities towards your clients, towards your friends, towards the members of the family, because they need you and they count on you. You're staying afloat by that. Because with the power, because you would like to just be moving, with inertia forward. But these 2 cards, the military and the ammalato, are telling me that this pain, there is pain here as to not knowing why, where am I going, but why is it that? There's a lot of dissatisfaction here, as I said, regrets, and regrets with the inevitability of fate, and the inevitability of not knowing. And our human condition is one of not knowing.
and accepting our responsibilities, standing to the challenge of our responsibilities nonetheless. Let me take the runes and cast them to see what they can add to this, Virgo. Okay. All right, I have here Hagal, Hagalas, and I don't know how many times I've said this to you, Virgo, but this is a moment where you are forced, I have to say, you're forced to go within, but that will afford you, and this is the action to be taken in the future. Okay, this is the 13th major arcana, which is the death card in this deck as well. Your regeneration and your rebirth is what is going to bring you abundance, spiritual abundance. And that is very, very, very clear. Of course, Lagos there tells us that you shouldn't worry about the immediacy of the situation, that there's a certain characteristic to the flow of events that take place during this time now, that you may not understand as they occur, but you will in future. And I have Uru's Merkstave, and that usually tells us, and it is telling us here over the High Priestess entry card, to rise to that challenge, take the bull by its horns, do stand to the challenge, and do not subjugate, don't stand, don't go hide, don't, because the world, what would the world be without you? I hope this was of help, ladies and gentlemen, Virgo friends, and do like, share, and subscribe. I would appreciate that. Until we meet and read together again. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye.